Okay, so my topic is savings and investing, and based on the questionnaire I did for the last interview, or back up. Okay, based on the results from the last questionnaire on savings and investing, the results came to 15 out of 16 people were interested in learning about investing. And the thing is about savings and investing, a lot of us are nervous or don't feel like they have enough income to start investing or savings, even though they're interested in doing it. And it's not all about trying to be a millionaire. It's something that you have to think about your future. You start off with your short-term goals, your long-term goals, and of course you have your emergency savings. And it's easy to say, and it sounds like it might be hard, but it's really not, if you just go step by step in the process. So I want to show you, the younger that you are, the better it is, and the better the outcome is. So if you're 20, say you're in your 20s now, start at 20, and you have a 3%, by the time you're 50 or 65 actually, let me read the numbers because I want to make sure it's right. Based on $2,000 a year that you're saving, $2,000 a year that you're saving, by the time you're 65, you'll have, and you get a 9 to 10% interest back on that, you will have $1.4 million in that savings. So that's just a little example. And then of course it's going to drop the older you are when you start. If you start in your 30s, it's going to drop, and that's normal. But the thing is, it's never too late to start. So you say you can't start, if you can't do $2,000 to start off, start with $1,000. You want to do, what you want to do whenever you start savings and investing, you want to start paying yourself first, and that's quoted from David Ramsey, if anybody has heard of him. He's a big investor, and so he says pay yourself first and then worry about the rest afterwards. So if you start off by paying yourself, for example, start by say 3 to 6 months in a savings account, and just build that up, and then from there you just build more and more, until you can eventually build up to your $2,000. It just takes it's little steps, and it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. We just have to, including myself. Because for example, I'd like to give an example of myself. Whenever I worked in a factory when I was younger, and then when I left the factory, I had a 401k, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. But I had that, and then whenever I had that, I could save. That's actually a savings that I'm going to talk about. So let me back up and give a different example on the saving for 3 to 6 months that I had here. For after I worked in the factory, I went to the military. So when I got out of the military, since I didn't retire with a retirement package, I made sure when I got out, because I knew I was going to be wondering what I was going to do next. So I made sure that I had 3 to 6 months worth of to pay my bills, my rent, or whatever I had to do in a savings account. So whenever I did get where I was going to go, I could always have that money. I didn't have to worry about what my next step was in life. So next, I want to talk about, like I was saying, the different ways that you can start saving and investing. Besides having a savings account, you can go with savings bonds, certificates of deposit, which is CDs in short, stocks, and 401k. So a savings bond you can purchase, and I want to give an example. Say that in 1982, which a lot of people weren't born then, but in 1982, if your grandmother bought you a savings bond that was $25, she paid $25 for it back then. And she paid, okay, I'm sorry, excuse me. August of 1982, if she paid $25, and the worth for it, February 1984, would be $230. So that's the difference of how much money is getting built up on that savings bond. A certificate of deposit is one of the safest ways to invest. And, excuse me, a stock, I've talked about those before in my last presentation. Stocks are where you buy part of a stock and you put money into it, and it's going to fluctuate up and down. And that stuff, it's more risky than a savings bond or a certificate of deposit. Those are your two safest ways of saving. With the stocks, you have a greater chance of making more money in the long run. 401k is what I was talking about before. A 401k you can get from an employer. They offer it in your benefits package, which if you get into a career, look at your benefits package, because it'll say 401k, and that's a great opportunity for you to start saving, and you won't even know it because it's you can choose to take 3 or 4%, and some companies, they'll match that. So that gives you 6% that you're putting into the 401k. So it's building up and you don't even know it because they're taking the money before you don't even see it. So you're not, whatever you don't see, you're not missing, is what I'm trying to say. And it's also good to have, so in the future, whenever you do retire at 65, you'll have more money to fall back on besides the small amount of retirement that you're going to be getting. So that's something else that you can fall back on. How to start? You can go to your local financial institution, which is a bank, credit union, and talk to somebody in the bank. You can actually pay a broker, which it's not very smart in the beginning to pay high cost for a stockbroker or an investment broker. You can go online, and then 401k, like I said, is through your employer. So go to your human resources. And this video is just a quick clip of.
Money's important. Saving for the future is important.
Whoa! That's a wake-up call.
Have you thought about the future? Have you thought about it at all?
Buy low,
So high.
what does that mean?
You should meet my money guy. I've got a better money guy.
My money guy got me into Facebook early.
Futures are up 3%. It appears the bulls are running.
This is an opportunity.
Have you thought about the future?
You know what you want?
Interest rates, they're rising.
You should be a commodity.
Annuities.
Bitcoin.
Bonds.
High risk, high reward.
What about your retirement?
The time is now. The time is right now.
Have you thought about it?
Wake up!
So in conclusion, all I'm trying to say is invest and save your money and have your money work for you.